Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. I'm going in just a minute or two early today, but I just couldn't wait. Now I've got to wait for somebody to show up. Isn't that just the way? The birds are in a good mood and they're very talkative today, so we may have to shout over them a bit. Well, I have a little bit of good news. I'm going to turn on my fan. Hold on a second. There, I hope the noise isn't too much. It's a little warm in here right now. It's 78 degrees. Let me see. I have glasses on so I can see across the room. 95 outside and 78 in here. So, 39% humidity. So it's pretty warm outside. Someone's here. I thought I just had a thumb go up. I guess they have to make it through the land of advertisement before they can do anything here. Hi, Ruth. Good to see you. Wonderful you made it. Welcome, welcome. How is it where you are? I was just saying it's 95 degrees here and 34% humidity. So it's pretty uncomfortable outside, and it's 78 degrees in here, so it's pretty warm. And it's only 52% humidity here inside. Yeah, the birds have been really, really loud today. They have wanted to have their say in whatever's going on. So they've been screaming and screeching and just making all kinds of noise and then talking to each other back and forth since early this morning. They're liking it that I'm home for a change. Hello, Lisa Clark. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing very well today. How are you? I hope you're doing well too. Well, it looks like folks are making it through advertising land. There's the third person. Celtic Bear. Hello, hello, welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I feel kind of strange today. I got out and I didn't put a headband on. I didn't put a hat on. You're hanging in there for an old bird. Hi, Amy. Good to see you too. 80 outside where you are, Ruth, huh? That's a lot better than 95. Well, my birds aren't terribly old, but they are noisy. What's temperature like where y'all are? I was just telling Ruth it's 95 degrees here and 30 some odd percent humidity. Where she is 80. Hi, Joe. Welcome, welcome. 96 where you are, huh, Amy? That is, yeah, because you could probably got a lot more than the 35% humidity I have. Joe, how are your folks today? Good to see you here. I'm glad you made it. 88 in El Paso. That's amazing. I thought y'all would be warmer than us, but I guess you're far enough north that you would be in a cooler region than we are. Humidity is 70, 80%. Yeah, I thought so. Ours is real low today. Got great news. Your chair is getting fixed and they're going to replace it with a new chair. Oh, Celtic, that is wonderful news. I am so glad to hear that. That is really great news. I've been praying about that chair. I really have. I've been real worried about you in that chair. It seems like you just haven't been able to catch a break where it's concerned. Okay, last night your folks were not right. Your dad was tired, so he got mean, and your mom took wrong meds early, so she wasn't acting right. Oh, I'm glad you're okay today, Joe. I really am. My folks had a great week. After they interrupted my live stream last week with Dad falling out of bed, things got better. Broke down and ordered food online. Good for you, Allie Oakley. Hello, sweet girl. How are you? It's wonderful to see you. Um, Last Sunday, as y'all know, I had to cut the stream short because Dad fell out of bed and Mom called me absolutely in a panic. Got over there and they had already helped him back up into bed and things were okay. And he had a very quiet week until Friday. And on Friday, um, my sister came in from Corpus Christi, and one of her nieces came. I mean, one of her daughters, my niece, came with her, and another one of my nieces were was here. She lives pretty close to me, and she went over to Mom's, and I showed up, and my best girlfriend showed up. Anyway, Friday afternoon, we had about 10 people in the house, and they all came to see Dad. He had a really good day. He recognized everyone. And oh, well, I'm glad you're listening, Amy. That's good. Thank you. I guess the way you're saying it, probably Brett's driving, so you can handle the technical end of things. So anyway, we had all those folks at the house, and Dad was having a very good day. He actually recognized everyone who came in, and he had not gotten up or fallen out of the chair since. So I'm really glad about that. Mom's talking about the possibility. Oh, tell her I said hi from us too, Joe. Thank you. Brett is driving good. Um, anyway, we were going to see about getting him into a memory care facility, but Mama is having cold feet on that. She's afraid that if we put him in some kind of a memory care facility, she won't be able to see him. And I keep telling her that if we don't put Dad in a memory care facility soon, we're going to have to put her in some other kind of facility because she's just wearing herself out. She is getting so tired, and she's still fighting it though. Been doing Amazon food online for some time. Whole bean coffee, 21 pounds to 5 pounds. Oh, 2 pound to 5 pound bags. Yeah. Speaking of coffee, for those of you who like um, strong or bold coffee, I have been ordering my coffee lately from a company called Black Rifle Coffee. And it is a very bold, full flavored coffee. It is really wonderful. It's a little on the expensive side. It's about $14 for a 2 pound bag. But when you consider what I was paying at the grocery store, and this gets it delivered right to my door, I can't complain. So I love very strong coffee, and David did too. As a matter of fact, when we first got married, he kept asking me, was I sure I hadn't been in the Army, because the coffee that I drink is strong like Army coffee. Hi, Iris. Oh, you like it too. Good. Hello, Laurie Firefly. It's good to see you. I'm sorry you're sick. I've been ordering food off and on from Amazon too, Lisa, and I love the fact that they bring it, put it right on your front porch, and everything that's frozen or cold is in a nice bag that keeps it cold until you can get to it. So it's wonderful. Get out of the house lately. It's always something that your dad's foot. Oh, I'm so glad your dad's foot is doing well. That's wonderful news, Joe. Ava, you're 88 in Arizona at the moment with 52% humidity, high of 102. Black Rifle Coffee. Isn't it wonderful, Ava? I love it too. I really do. What part of Arizona are you in? I have some friends. My best friend's daughter lived in Arizona in the Phoenix area. Actually, I think she said it's Peoria, but that's part of the Phoenix metro. So, hello, Julie. Toasty, Idaho. 100 plus. Drink Lola's Texas pecan coffee. Oh, that sounds good too. I like pecan. I just ordered stuff, but not now. So wait until Friday and we'll save a lot of hassle. Yes, that is much better. New York, it's 96 degrees. Oh my gosh. And he was released from the hospital. That's wonderful news. Oh, Lori, I'm so glad. Scottsdale. Okay, okay. Amazon coffee called Frog Chaser. I'll look it up. Let me write that down. Fog Chaser. I will try that one. Thank you, Kelsey. Made a peach pie today. It's a little short on peaches because my pie plate is so big, so I added some fresh strawberries. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Speaking of fresh peaches, I have got to, if I can bring up my camera here, I've got to show y'all something. I'm going to turn this around. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I picked up 100 pounds of peaches Friday. And I don't think you can see too well. It completely covers the top of a large folding table. And they're sitting out there. When they're picked, they were picked in Georgia on Thursday afternoon and delivered to me Friday afternoon. And when they were picked, they were not quite ripe. And so they say spread it out on a counter or a table and let them sit out for several days until they get ripe. So that's what I'm doing. In the meantime, my 2 peach trees finally started ripening up. And I got 2.5 5-gallon buckets full of peaches off of my peach tree. But the ones I get from Georgia are about that big around. They're really big. And the ones I get off my tree are a little bigger than golf balls. What's really funny is the ones off my tree have more and better flavor than the ones from Georgia. So, I mean, I love the ones from Georgia. Don't get me wrong. I got 50 pounds in May and another 100 pounds now in July. So I'll have plenty of peaches during the year. I've already got some of them canned. I've got some more waiting right now. This afternoon, I'm going to be making jam and jelly and another peach cup. But my little ones, we took over. I took one of the 5-gallon jugs over to my mom's last night, or yesterday rather, and she and I sat at the table while Dad slept and cut up the peaches and made canned them and did it in a hot water bath. So she can keep them in the refrigerator, but it's good. So they are really good peaches. They may not get big because we don't get enough water around here to make big peaches, but they're really sweet and they're really tasty. You love white peaches, but you're allergic? Oh, I'm sorry, Lori. That's too bad. These are not white peaches at all. So hard for you to go to the grocery store being disabled. It's not easy. I'm going to try ordering from Amazon at least for some things. Lisa, I really, really love being able to order from Amazon. And my local grocery store also has a delivery. So between the two of them, I can get anything I need. Lisa, you're craving peach cobbler? I was too before my first bunch got here, and then I made one. Jeep Girl 1979, hello, welcome, welcome. I am really glad to see you're here. Have you tried Instacart? What is Instacart, Lori? I don't think I've heard of that. Is that a grocery delivery? Instacart does home deliveries. Okay. And who are they through? I know our local grocery store is called HEB, and they have several options. You can send them a list of what you need, and they'll do the shopping, and you can just drive by and pick them up, or they'll do the shopping and then deliver it to you. I have been driving by and picking up quite a lot, especially when the COVID got so bad. Josh, hello, Josh. It's so good to see you. For those who don't know, Josh Howell is my stepson, and I'm so glad to see you, Josh. That's wonderful news. Anyway, HEB has wonderful food too, so it's great. Local stores, and it varies from pharmacies, supermarket. Oh, neat. Yeah, you have to be real careful. Yeah, I knew you delivered, but I didn't know you delivered groceries. I thought you just delivered like restaurant meals and things like that, Amy. I didn't know that DoorDash delivered grocery type stuff. It's just you've used local grocery store delivery, but not covered with food stamps. Yeah, I know how that is too. Well, I'm just thrilled to see you, Josh. It's been a while and I'm really glad you're here. Okay. I thought about doing something like that right after David passed away, but I only get 15 miles to the gallon in my great big truck. So while I would be safe driving all over town in that giant truck, I wouldn't make enough to pay for the gas, so it wasn't worth it. Ordered a swing for you to finish your project. All you need is to function check it and dial. Oh, very good. Speaking of that, Joe, when Dad passes, I've discovered that I am in line to get um, I'm not sure what caliber, but I'm in line to get a rifle, and I'm also in line to get his shotgun. So I'm pretty excited about that. I like a shotgun for self protection here on the land. Instacart for your parents and Dad's birthday. We get up there. Lady went shopping, picked up the cake, and brought it to the house, and even took pictures for you. Oh, that is so nice. I've never heard of Instacart until today. Yeah, Joe, I'm real pleased too. I'm actually finally going to have some weapons that work and I know how to use. So that's really exciting. I had thought I would have David's weapons, but I've gone through everything in his house and I still don't have anything that was his. So at least I'll have something from Dad. So I'll be safe. Oh, you hadn't either? Hmm. Well, that's good news, Amy. But then you and Brett can go out together. I've often been a little bit hesitant about doing it as a woman alone, and of course, my truck gets such terrible mileage. Well, Joe, that could be true. I might find them then, or I may discover that we didn't have them. I know the whole time we were married, I didn't ever see a weapon. And the only weapons he ever talked to me about were the knives and things like that and my crossbow. But I didn't know anything about firearms. I'll have to look around and see if Instacart is available in this area because I've never heard of it. You cut his insulin down and he seems better. That's interesting, Joe. Non-lethal guns and sprays you don't even need a license for. They have amazing products. RNA. Thank you, Allie. I will do that. When I was a teenager, I was a member of a competitive rifle troop, and we went up against all kinds of people. We went up against. Hi, Jay. Good to see you. We Our sponsor was a retired Army officer, and he would take us over to the firing range when they were taking the kids that were going through basic and trying to get them certified on the weapons, and we would compete with them. And I went from nothing, not even knowing what a rifle was, to outfiring almost everybody on the range in about 6 months. So I surprised most of my team members who were all members of a Boy Scout troop. You have old Henry strapped to your chair. Jason, it's good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you came in. His sugars were elevated for blood work. Then you found out about his foot and he's better, so his sugars were crashed. Yeah, yeah. Now that his foot is getting better, that will lower his sugars. The infection raises them. So getting a real gun there in mass, even with gun license, there are so many hoops to jump through. I will definitely check them out, Allie. Thank you. Sean from from Alaska, or Sean from Canada, Lori? You're asking about Sean from Canada. He was at the Broussard's live stream, not last week, but the week before. Southern Boy Prepper, welcome. Hello, hello. My goodness, we're getting quite a crowd here. There's 15, but only 9 thumbs up. Please remember to put your thumbs up. Wonderful to see you too. I'm really glad you came over. Just got put on an insulin pump. They finally 10. Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. It's dropping. Oh, from Canada. Well, he was, like I said, he was at the Broussard's live not last week, but the week before. Texas doesn't need a license to own or carry a gun. Fill out a form and show your ID and make sure. Well, that is true, but I like the concealed carry, and there is a class that they give you for concealed carry, and I really like having that. So if I get something other than a rifle, it's kind of hard to do a concealed carry in a rifle or a shotgun. But anyway, if I get something small enough, I will definitely do the classes and get the license for concealed carry. Then I'll feel safe going out and delivering things at night. Then I'll have to do it get a car that I can do the standard gasoline prices for. My best friend has concealed carry. She took the class several years ago and wanted me to take it too, but I didn't have any weapons then either. Actually, Josh, right this moment they're being quiet, but until I went on, they were just screaming like crazy. So I don't know why they're being quiet right now. We'll see how that goes. They may start up again. Who knows? I don't know if I told you, Josh, but I have a 4th bird now. I am babysitting a small cockatoo. Yes, small cockatoo from my neighbor up the way, my former brother-in-law and his friend that live here on the property with us. They're having some work done on their house, and they asked me to babysit her, so they brought her cage down where I said yes, and she fits in there and just wonderful. She's not a problem at all. What's really funny is they told me that she doesn't like women and to be very careful when I put my hand in her cage because they bite. Well, I put my hand in her cage, and she jumps up on my hand and loves on me, and I hold her up against my chest, and she just coos and puts her head against me, and not a problem. A little Fiat, yeah, Celtic, probably something like that, but that's, I got to get the truck paid off first. Yeah, it is nice. She's a little bird, solid white, but she is so full of personality. You would think she was a big one. Christy, hello, Christy. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you dropped by. Anyway, she does not talk like the big guys do, but she screams as loud as they do. She just, when they all get to screaming in there, it's something else. Cars are expensive right now. Yeah, I know. And a lot of the reason why used cars are so expensive is because they're having such a problem with the computer chips. And folks are buying up used cars so they can get the computer chips out of them to use in newer cars again. So I don't know. It'll be a while, but that's okay because I'm not really ready to start delivering yet. We'll see what happens. I could probably borrow my mother's Toyota Highlander, but it doesn't get a whole lot better gas mileage than my truck does. It only gets 18 miles to the gallon. Oh, well. Maybe I should just get a motorcycle and deliver on a motorcycle. little trailer behind me if I have a big load of groceries or something. Or if I just deliver in this neighborhood, I can get a goat and a little goat cart and deliver that way. Guess you just see me out there. Get up, goat, let's go. I do some crazy things, but I don't think I drive goats around. Wow. Your son's riding a motorcycle? Yeah. I used to ride one when I was a young kid, but I don't know what they would. I don't know what the whole world would think of this old granny getting out and riding a motorcycle. I think it's funny enough when I drive my truck because I have to peer over the top of the steering wheel or put a pillow behind me so I can sit up close enough to see over it. Goggles and a scarf. Oh, you want me to do a Red Baron like on Snoopy, huh? Oh, Celtic, you're sweet. Yeah, yeah, riding a motorcycle in bad weather is not good. Although I could get one of those three-wheelers, the two wheels in the back and the one in the front. One with a sidecar, that would work too. But again, y'all, I still have to pay off quite a bit on my truck, so I'm going to have to get that paid before I do anything else. The car is 10 years old and still running strong. That's great, Lisa. The truck that we traded in when David got me this new one, I think you could call me Biker Cage. Anyway, it was 15 years old, and everything ran well, except that it had almost 250,000 miles on it, and David just didn't trust it, so he got me a new one. One nice thing about not driving, and it's cheaper. Yeah, it is. Gas-powered bicycle, or a little moped. Biker granny. That's what you can call me, biker granny. Well, I probably won't be doing that anytime soon. Can't you see me going down I-10 towards Louisiana on my little moped? Go see Brett and Amy with my stuff strapped to the back of my moped. That's a cute meme there, laughing with his tongue stuck out. You can see that, huh, Reagan? Well, I'm probably crazy enough to try and do something like that, but I might not get very far because that's pretty fast driving out there on 10. And if I were on a moped or a small bike, I wouldn't get very far. It would certainly take me a lot longer to get there. Oh, you can see it, huh, Josh? Need a basket on the back. Oh, that's a good idea. Then I could get me a peaked hat and a black cape and go down the road. But then I'd also have to have the red sparkly shoes so I can click my heels together when I get off and go, there's no place like home. One that can haul a trailer. Well, I said a little one behind me. Reagan, you're determined, aren't you? I'll have to go on YouTube and find those. I used to look at the YouTube videos on making your own solar oven. Maybe I'll go on there again and figure out how to do it and make one to bring to you. They look like they're possible. They look like they would do a good job. So why not? Oh well, I might do some crazy things, but I couldn't bring the solar oven in the back of the thing. I'd blind everybody in planes going overhead and cause all kinds of plane crashes with the sun shining on the mirrors and back up into the pilot's eyes. All right, guys, what's going on in your lives? Heard my craziness. Hey, yeah, if I arranged it right, I could cook my meal on the way to Amy's. Show up at the front door with a hot meal in the back of the bike. You know, when I was a kid in Girl Scouts, we used to wrap stuff in aluminum foil, make the aluminum foil packages, and put it in the engine compartment, and it would cook the meal while we drove. Thought of the vulnerability being on a bike. Maybe bad guys think you're crazy with a costume. They leave you alone. I'll tell you what, it might be worth a try. I thought about maybe doing something like that in the SHTF situation. People wouldn't come after me if they thought I was just flat out crazy. We used to do hamburger meat and carrots and potatoes and green beans and stuff like that, and seal it all up and stick it in there. It worked real well. For a gray man, it would no, it wouldn't be crazy man, it'd be crazy woman. Can you imagine the reputation I would get in this little tiny country town if I did some of the things I threatened? Not delivering while Abby would get job number one, and then you can pick her up at 3 p.m. and bring her to job number two. Ah, very good. Very good. Crazy gig. Yeah, I've been called that more than once. Green and wax beans are great. You mean in a meal like that, Celtic? I'm afraid I wouldn't be too good with that. I don't care much for wax beans. Multitasking. I do a lot of that. Ah, okay. I'm going to be doing peach jam this afternoon. I've got about 25 pounds of it already in puree in the refrigerator, just waiting to cook it down and put it to the bottles, which are sitting on the counter ready to be filled. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. And then for those who could tell what I was showing you on the picture on my camera on my phone, I got picked up 100 pounds of Georgia peaches 2 days ago, and they're sitting out waiting to get soft enough to use. My little peaches off my tree really have a wonderful flavor, but they're not much bigger than a golf ball, most of them. So you don't get a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of them and some of the Georgia peaches, and they'll have lots of flesh, but the flavor will come from the little ones. Ooh, Holly, that's a pretty heart. I like that. One and only famous Brett. Vacuum. Hey, you know what, Celtic? I have a girlfriend whose husband bought a lawn vacuum, a huge monster thing that I that attaches to his John Deere riding lawnmower, and he gets out there every time. He's a trucker, and every time he's home, he gets out there and vacuums his front yard. He does. recovering from a week stay in the hospital. And well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Ruth. I'm sorry you were in the hospital. I will definitely add you to my prayer list. And when these Georgia peaches get ripe enough that we can start doing them, I'm going to load at least half of them up in a box and take them over to Mom's and say, "Okay, you said you'd help. Now let's get to peeling and cutting." Oh, okay. Your oven is calling. Well, we'll wait. See, Ruth, if we had known you were feeling bad, we could have all been praying for you. You would have gotten better a lot quicker. But I am glad that you're giggling. My laughing and stuff makes you feel better. That's wonderful. I hope that by this time next week, you're totally over whatever it was and feeling right back to feeling wonderful again. I'm telling you the truth, darling. There is nothing like the people that come to this live stream to make you feel better. It really, really works. Christy, they are wonderful. You had Costco polished dogs, Polish dogs, shelf cheese. Often, if it does, ooh, that sounds good. I've read it, not Polish dogs, but polished dogs. I was all these mental images of polishing a dog. Very odd. Good news. Insurance will cover the payoff on Abby's car and still have enough to put a small down payment on a new one. Oh, Amy, that is wonderful news. That is so good. And I'm so glad she wasn't hurt. That was a real answer to prayer. I am really thrilled that she's okay. Dancing on a chair? Oh, that must be interesting dancing. Talking to with a surgeon coming Tuesday. I'm sorry, Josh. Hang in there if you can. Yeah, exactly, Celtic. Son's first car was totaled from the dealer. Oh my goodness, son was okay. The car was totaled. Oh, that's great. That is good. I'm glad insurance works for some folks. I am so fed up with homeowners insurance right now. I don't know what to do with myself. Just I must have the world's worst homeowners insurance because with everything that's gone wrong in this house, they pay nothing, absolutely nothing, and it's just awful. Yeah, Lori, I'm really glad he's okay too. Losing connection. Take care, Josh. It's wonderful to see you. I'm really glad. Lori, USDA won't cover modular homes. They only cover site-built homes. I have USDA for my car. No, mine is Farmers. Farmers is, I have not, I had Farmers a long time ago and was very unhappy. We had lightning strike the house and it just traveled throughout the house and burned out every electrical connection and most of our electrical appliances, and Farmers would not pay a penny, nothing. And when I got this insurance, I had bought it through a company called Goosehead, which is, I think, a local, or at least not a very big company. And so we had it since 2012. And sometime during that time frame, we they sold our policy. And it went through 2 or 3 companies before it finally settled in as Farmers about 7 or 8 years ago. And it's been there ever since. And I'm not at all happy with them. Amy, would you do me a favor and email me the information on that? I am going to find a different company. I hate this company. Christy, my dad has been with USAA for 63 years. It's amazing. Reagan, thank you for stopping in. I'm really glad you did. Don't work too hard. Thank you. USAA since 97. Yep. Hello, Prep for Eternity Homestead. Welcome. It's good to see you. Now, Celtic, I would really like to get a different company because I'm just not happy with farmers. They've taken advantage of me for many, many years. They certainly get upset when I miss paying a premium, but they don't want to pay anything on any claim that I've ever had. I've always been very unhappy. Had I known that it was going to sell to farmers, I would not have gotten it. I couldn't get USAA until mom and dad were married. For those of you who don't know, dad is actually my stepdad. My mom and my biological dad were married for 54 years. He passed away. And then mom and dad got married 18 and a half years ago. Well, more than 18 and a half. Their anniversary is September the 4th. So September the 4th, it'll be 19 years. But when they got married, then I qualified because my biological dad was not a veteran, but dad is. And so my dad has that I can get it. Yes, I do have USAA on my vehicles, but USAA will not insure modular or mobile homes. And ours is modular. And they sent me to Goosehead, which then traded our policy to somebody else, and somebody else ended up with farmers. Thank you, Amy. I really appreciate it. Hopefully they write policies in Texas because I am ready for a new policy from somebody else. One thing you love about State Farm, local offices and people that you can talk to about you. You know, Lisa, we have a State Farm right here in the little town where I live, and my best girlfriend here in this area has been with State Farm for 32 or 33 years. We've been with them a long time. So if this other one doesn't work, then I'll try State Farm, I guess. Yeah, Christy, I doubt that they would cover a tiny house. Although I don't know, because if it was built on site, they might. Company, maybe they just don't. Boy, that's true, Ruth. That's absolutely true. Although I have watched USAA my dad dealing with them, and they've been really good to dad and mom. I mean, really, really good. Dad's had a couple of car accidents, and they totally replaced the vehicle both times. And they had hail damage a couple of years ago with a really bad damage hail storm came through, and they did all the repairs on that, and they waived the deductible, although it was a smaller deductible than what I have. I have $1,000 deductible, and I should have gone for the 500, but I didn't. I didn't think we would lose as much income as I ended up losing when David passed. So when I get this new one, I will change the deductible as well. Insure as a camper. Is that a better option, Celtic? Insuring as a camper instead of as a tiny home? I'm finding there are ways to work around a lot. Speaking of working around things, a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from Mom. Dad had fallen out or gotten up 3 different times in one morning, and each time he fell. And she called me and she said, "I just." Oh, and after he fell, he got combative with her and rushed, tried to hurt her. And she said, um, "You have to find a place to put him because he's starting to hurt me, and I just can't deal with that." So I started right away looking, and I found the long-term insurance policy that he bought, and I've been doing the paperwork on it. Yesterday, she told me not to be in a hurry because he's settled down now and things are better. And she's decided that she doesn't want him going away because then she couldn't see him. And I told her, I said, "Mom, if he goes into a memory care facility, I will pick you up and take you to see him several times a week." Quite a policy in Texas, just moved the house to Louisiana. Amy, you have no idea how much it would cost to move this house to Louisiana. It'd probably be better to sell this one and just pack everything up and come there. Anyway, for yesterday when I was telling her that I thought I had found a place that we could check that into as early as next week, she started telling me that she didn't want me to be in any hurry, that he was doing better and he wasn't being mean to her. And I looked at her and I said, "Mom, right now, today, he's doing better. Tomorrow, he may not." And I said, "You are wearing yourself out, spending all this time taking care of him. You're starting to fall because you're too tired. That I'm going to find a place and we're going to check him in. And if I need to drive you over there daily for you to see him, that's what we'll do. But you cannot continue going on the way you are right now." She didn't like that answer. She was unhappy with that answer. And I said, "Remember, 2 weeks ago, you told me you didn't care where I put him, you just wanted him out now." She said, "Yeah, but that was just because I was frustrated." I said, "I know, but you'll get more frustrated every time he has a bad day, and pretty soon it'll be all frustration." Amy, they cannot because Dad needs more care than assisted living. And he's actually into the point where he needs skilled nursing now. But they don't want him in a nursing home. Uh, I can't talk him in. There are some nice nursing homes in our area, but they will not consider a nursing home. So until either he just gets so out of hand she can't handle him, or she gets so tired that she can't handle him, I have to go with what they say because I just can't, in good conscience, force them to put him into a nursing home. "You're younger than my mom, and it was really rough caring for an Alzheimer's patient." Yeah, Christy, I know. Dad's dementia is to the point that he is very much like an Alzheimer's. He still remembers how to eat. He still remembers how to do a few things, but he can't dress himself. He can't get himself up out of bed and then back into bed without falling. He can't. There's a lot of things he cannot do. He can still feed himself. He can still sit up. Those kinds of things. But yes, his dementia is so far that it is like caring for an Alzheimer's, and I understand, and I was really sorry that. But again, proud of you that you took such good care of Cindy. Yeah, just too many medicals. Mr. Tim Turner, hello and welcome. It has been forever since I've seen you. I'm so glad you dropped in. How are you and your wife and lovely daughter? Yes, Lisa, it is very difficult. I try and get over there as many times a week as I can. It's not every day, but it's probably 5 to 6 days a week that I'm over there giving her time. She doesn't leave the house because she can't drive. She's also 93. And sometimes I get my niece to come over and sit with Dad, and then I take her out and go to lunch or take her to the grocery store or just something to get her out of the house. Because other than that, she's there with him and caring for him 24/7, and she's getting really tired. So, but you do what you could do, and she really does not want to be where she can't be with him. Pray for your 94-year-old grandmother. Oh, I definitely, Celtic. She's 94. Your grandma is 1 year older than my mom. Hey, take care, Amy. Hope things come out all right. Sorry, I know that's a bad joke, but sometimes I just can't pass it up. Oh, I'm going to be learning something new this coming week. I'm going to be learning some carpentry. My kitchen cabinets, they're not made of real wood. They're made of pressboard, or I think that's what it's called, where they take glue and wood shavings and all of that and press it together real good. And when it dries, they have kind of like board. My cabinets are made of that. And then on the outside, they have like contact paper stuck through. And unfortunately, the drawers, the little rails that run down inside the cabinets to hold the drawers on, are made of plastic. And they're over 10 years old, and the plastic is broken. And I'm going to see if I can find new rails. And if I can't, I am going to build some kind of a wooden shelf that the drawer will slide in and out on. Yes, Christy, I did that too. Yeah. Well, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Of course, most people don't know what Prince Albert is anymore. Yeah, definitely Celtic. We will. She's on the list. I learned a little bit of carpentry last year when we were building the chicken pen, and the year before when I was building my greenhouse. But it's all what I call seat of the pants carpentry. Yes, that's what it is, Celtic. The kind of carpentry I'm doing, it makes a usable product, but it's not a pretty product. You know, I don't know anything about trimming and all that kind of stuff. I made the chicken coop and the pen, I made the greenhouse, or I made the frame and then stretched plastic over it. So they both work, but they're not pretty. One day maybe I'll work. That, by the way, is Lola, the new bird. Prince Albert. Oh, how cool. Bookstore might be nice with you. I'm hoping so, Celtic. If not there, I'm going to try things like, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Home Depot has, and we have a little place in the town next to me, which is about 3 miles away, which is an old-fashioned hardware store. I mean, they still have wooden floors and the door that stays open and the big ceiling fans and all of that. And I think that they will have something like that too. Ready for life to calm down again, and tinfoil stuff going on. Taking a lot of fun out of things lately. Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm determined I'm going to learn to be self-sufficient, and small repairs like that I can do. I changed the locks on my front door and back door so that I had working locks, so I know how to change locks now. Although the first one I put in upside down. So, oh well. But the drawer glides is another thing. I've rehung my closet holes and shelves. I know how to do that. So there are things I know how to do. It's just every new project teaches me something else. I haven't messed too much with electricity yet. I can change out switches for dimmer switches and things like that, but I don't want to play with live electricity. And when the guy came and replaced our garage doors, I helped him with that. So that's right, Joe. That's right. And I like the idea that I can learn to do those things so that I don't have to be the helpless old lady that can't do anything and has to run to the neighbor for help every time something goes wrong. So I want to learn to do this stuff myself. And I've got a lot of elderly female friends who can use help too, and I can go and help them. Amy, mine usually turn out crooked too, but the thing I'm worried about is since these walls were built with metal studs instead of wood studs, I don't know how much weight they will handle, and a lot of the stuff that I want to do requires weight. In other words, I want to put shelves up that will hold in my pantry to hold more of the canned goods, and I want to hang a pot rack in my kitchen so I can get all of my pots hung again. So you had to learn things. Joe, I did too, but I had a dad who did not believe that girls should learn to do carpentry or general repairs. So even though he was not the best at it, he always, until I got a little older, he never let me help. Most dads do well. Do some looking online. Yeah, I want to look online and see if there are any videos I can watch on how to do it too. 300 pounds? Holy cow, I didn't realize that. Susanna! Welcome, Susanna. It's good to see you. Thank you, Kim. When I rehung my closet pole and shelves, I used, I don't remember what they're called. They're a little gadget. You drill a hole in the wall and you push it in, and then when you put the screw in, the back of it opens up and presses against the wall so it doesn't fall out. So that's what I used in there, and they've held for years, and I've got a lot of clothes hanging in there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Ruth. I'm going to Google it and see what I can learn. I have a stud finder, but I'm not sure how to use it. It looks like a compass, but when I put it up against the wall, it just spins. So I'm not sure if it's volleyball. Thank you, Celtic. That's what I used. He was an excellent carpenter and wouldn't teach me. I was afraid I would get hurt. Yeah, same here. Andres, welcome. Good to see you. My dad finally started teaching me to do things when he came home one day, and I was working on changing the brakes on my car. And he was so shocked that I knew what to do. My boyfriend had taught me how to change the brakes on my car. That was before disc brakes, and we just had the shoe brakes. And it was hard to change because you had this one spring that was really hard. You had to pull it around over a screw, but we did it. Oh, okay, Joe, that would explain it. That would explain why it didn't work. Anyway, he came home and found me changing the brakes on my car, and he just freaked out until I told him that my boyfriend had taught me how and had been there until just a few minutes before Dad came home. So then he started teaching me how to work on the car, and he had me doing all kinds of things. I changed the oil. I put new headlights in my car because it was a really old clunker, and the headlights just quit working. So we mounted headlights on the bumper that were freestanding, and I hooked that up. So let's see. It's a French cleat. I'll have to find out what a French cleat is. I don't know. Teach people how to build their own guns online. Anyone can learn anything you want to. I agree, Joe. I really do agree. I learned about dealing with firearms because I had to clean mine after I used it, and our leader of our troop would not do it for us. He just, Lena, music, oh my goodness, hello. It has been years since I've seen you. Welcome. What a wonderful surprise. I'm so glad you're here. Plugs are a good change. Yes, I can change plugs. I can also change out the wall plug. I can do the one on the end, like on the end of a lamp. I can change that, and I can also change the receptacles in the walls. That's good. Andres, I'm so glad you're back. Welcome. It's nice to see you. Lena, have you been doing any more writing the music? I have not been on. I'm just back on YouTube after a break. So I'm getting back in touch with all my friends again. It's lovely. Oh my goodness, I just realized this. I've been online over an hour. Oh my. This day went quickly. One thing I did learn, the house that I used to own here in the area that had been my family home, when I came back from Florida, after David and I were married, I decided I was going to refurbish it. And so when we moved in here, I didn't sell the house right away. And I learned that I can tear down kitchen cabinets that were put in the 1940s and 50s. And when they did those, they would build the cabinet and build a top and then pour cement on the top and mount the tiles, the kitchen tiles on the cabinets in the cement. Take care, Celtic. Anyway, so the top of your kitchen cabinets built back then had a layer of cement about 2 inches thick on it. And it was not something that was easy to take off the wall. It was more than just a few screws. And I learned to demolish those. I learned to do tape and float wallboard. I learned how to get up on the ceiling and do texture on the ceilings. What else did I learn? All kinds of things like that. I learned all kinds of wonderful stuff with the fellows that were helping me redo that house. It was a great experience for me. The only thing I'm really not good at that I've tried several times is I tried real hard to learn how to do bathroom tile. I wanted to do tile on the wall in the bathroom. Got the shower installed, but I wanted to do tile around it. And I just could not seem to get it right. Either the grout that I put up was too wet and the tiles would go on straight and then they'd slowly slide where they were crooked, or just all kinds of things. Change the inner parts of the toilet. Oh, that's pretty easy, Amy. I've done that before. If you buy the whole kit, it's real easy. Yeah, I bet you do, Christy. That's kind of hard to get up there and do that when you've got neck problems. Mom had started developing neck problems too. I think she's trying to lift Dad too much. I tell her all the time she needs to not lift him. But when she's there at home alone with him and something needs to be done, she's not going to call for help. She's just going to do it. So, oh well. I can't talk her into things. She's just got to do it on her own and learn on her own, unfortunately. Well, I've got about 30 pounds of peaches cut up in my refrigerator that need to go in jars and get canned, and then I need to get started on doing taking the puree and making peach jam. So I'm probably going to let you guys head on out to the rest of your day, and I'm going to go and get busy with peaches again. I'm becoming the peach queen of this part of Texas. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it? Peach cobbler. Yes, I make my peach cobbler a little different from the way most people do, in that I use a yellow cake mix. So that is good. Thank you, Amy. It was wonderful to see you too, and I love you too. Y'all be careful and be out there. Take care. God bless. I'll be praying for you all, and I hope to see you next week. And Amy, are y'all going to be doing your live stream on Wednesday or Thursday this week? And hopefully everything will be okay and I'll be able to get to it. Bye, Lisa. Thank you, Ruth, and I hope you feel better. I look forward to seeing you next week and you telling me that everything's fine. Wednesday this week. Okay. I will do my best to be there. Bye, everyone. Take care. I love you all. Mwah.